Dude, you were the one who said you had a hard out.
Dude,
So
I got to keep you guys on your toes.
we don't need to be kept on our toes, all right? Need to be firmly planted on the ground when we record this podcast.
That's what I like to hear. You check out these new glasses I got, bro. I feel like Dr.
Whoa.
Hugo Strange with them on.
Nice.
Honestly, I just found them
And you just put them on your eyeballs.
I don't really wear. I'm not much of an accessory wearer, whether it's watches or glasses or jewelry. I don't really have any of that shit. It's never been part of my. I used to wear earrings back in the day, but
Me too.
then I decided I didn't
day.
like dick anymore. So, but yeah.
What's up?
Speaking of not liking dick, no, I'm just kidding.
That's what this episode's all about.
Yeah,
It's about not liking dick. So, ladies, unless you're gay, get off of here.
unless you're gay. How's it going, fellas? Long time no see.
Yeah, dude. Just I was reading the last couple pages of what we're covering today
Ooh.
while I was waiting on you. Other than that, life is hell.
Nice. This is what I like to hear.
Yeah.
We'll get
You
into
like
that
to
la-
hear
We'll get into
you
that
like to
later.
hear that life is hell
Yeah.
that gets you going, Jake.
Yeah, it keeps me on my toes.
Jake's all about being kept on his toes. today.
Apparently,
I'm all about the toes today. I got a foot fetish.
Do you like toes, Jake?
You know what? I actually don't, but I'll say this. In the last 3 years, when I'm in the zone, I will just without thinking, suck on a girl's toes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's not something
Yeah.
I don't like. You'll never see me looking up feet and be like, yeah. I don't.
I hope to God I never see that.
No, but you know what I mean? It's
no one should ever see that.
dude, but there's people who generally get off on feet.
No,
I don't,
yeah, I get that.
I don't
I
care
don't.
about that. But if
Yeah,
I'm in the
same.
heat of the moment,
Oh yeah. Sometimes I'll lick sometimes I'll lick a foot and then just rub it all over my face.
Okay, that's too much, dude. That's disgusting.
You're disgusting.
Yeah,
What
no,
if-
I'm not going to
Don't
call
kink
that
shame.
disgusting, but that's just you. That you do your thing, Cody.
I'm gonna. Well, it's disgusting depending on Okay, have you guys been walking around all day?
Good boy.
Who knows?
You don't even care.
it just depends
They
on
could be at a 4-day Bonnaroo festival, walking around all the. And you would lick that shit, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's
I
disgusting.
like being nasty.
That's disgusting. Yeah, I mean, I like being nasty too. It's just sometimes I think about things if I'm does she have athlete's foot?
I like to think about how God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. You know what I mean?
That is the dumbest.
I've never heard that phrase in my life.
Never heard. That's not even. That's a Cody Cannon original.
You've never heard God made dirt and dirt don't. It's if somebody drops food on the ground, a lot of times, sometimes they'll be like, God made dirt and dirt don't hurt, but if I die, then God knows why.
Oh wow, I've never heard that at all. Honestly,
Yeah,
That's crazy. Well,
we don't say that in the Bronx.
I've heard it my whole life.
yeah. What do you say in the Bronx, Anthony? What's a classic BX saying?
There's no saying it's 5-second rule, 10-second rule, whatever. Don't
we
eat that.
had that too, but
Yeah.
but sometimes if you want to prove to somebody that you're not afraid to live a little, you bust out that saying, you know?
And they're like, "Damn, Daddy, you just got me wet."
But wait, Cody,
Exactly.
who's left alive that you have to prove that to?
That's true. Aren't all your enemies dead?
Yes. In fact, they are.
Actually, you're right. I forgot.
But just when he thinks they're all dead, there's still a second string roster that he had forgotten about.
Ooh, I see what you're doing there, buddy. I like it, and even though it's not that good, but I like it.
I like it.
Better than the Red Sun one, so
True.
I'm improving.
Yeah,
Very good.
anything's better than that.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you're listening, today's topic is literally one of my favorite comic books of all time. I have reread it easily more than 10 times. I'm Jacob H. You already know who's joining me. Cody, Anthony, we out here in these streets sucking toes and kicking ass.
Oh, yeah.
Today, we talk DC's Justice by Alex Ross, and I honestly forget who else.
Jim
The
Krueger,
scriptwriter, Jim Krueger.
Yeah, there we go.
Doug Braithwaite. They're
So are those
like
the
Alex
writers?
Ross. Well, no, Jim Krueger's the writer, and Alex Ross and Doug Braithwaite, they're both artists. I think Doug Braithwaite is actually the penciler, and then Alex Ross paints over it.
Nice.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, if you don't know who Alex Ross is, seriously, give him a follow on
The GOAT.
Seriously, give him a follow on Instagram because his art is like genuinely impressive. I have friends who are like artists and who tell me like, dude, the shit that he does with watercolor is borderline like impossible to pull off.
Out of this
Beautiful.
world.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Like he's like almost like, I mean, he is like a real artist. You know what I mean? Like there's comic book artists and then there's like Alex Ross.
Yeah.
Dude, Alex Ross is the GOAT. I would say he's my favorite artist.
He's my favorite, easy. He's hands down my favorite artist.
And the way he paints these heroes and the villains too it really captures how mythic they are.
Yeah. I also love the fact, dude, he's a huge fan of using classic costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could
Everyone's
tell,
looking
like his
OG.
heroes, OG. They're wearing like the cloth, like it just looks like
The
cloth.
Golden Age.
Yeah, he's a huge fan of Golden Age costumes, which I love.
Yeah, and that's also the thing about this comic where it's a pretty epic comic, but it's also I want to say Golden Age, but more like you guys ever watch Super Friends when you were a kid?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
The classic Super Friends cartoon.
Yeah.
And in Super Friends, they would always fight the Legion of Doom. And the Legion of Doom is so cool because it's not just like some random ass team of like D-list villains for a hero. It's like every main villain for a hero got together to fight the Justice League or the Super Friends in that case. And this is like the serious version of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is. They even have the Hall of Justice and that 2-page panel where it's the Legion of Doom and Lex Luthor is toasting. He's like, we did it. We won. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's so classic. And it truly is like, meanwhile, in the Legion of Doom.
There's even a quick part where Plastic Man, you see him turn into a lawnmower and he's like, shape of a lawnmower, which is something the Wonder Twins might
Wonder
say.
Twins. Dude, there's so much cool shit. I don't know where to begin. I guess should
we could talk about this for days.
Yeah, I could. It's my favorite. Like,
It really
it's in my
is.
top
And
10 favorite comics of all time.
if you want me to be honest, Jake, I have your copy.
I know you do.
shit.
It's because of you.
I
Actually,
bought it
Yeah.
from you, basically, because I damaged it.
Yeah, you damaged it, and I'm like really anal about the condition of my comic books. So I hate when they come back, even if it's just like slightly. Like I lent my brother Watchmen, and he fucking ruined it in my eyes. So I bought another one, but I bought like a nicer one. So once you took that from me, I was like, well, sweet. I'll just get the super giant absolute edition. And then, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I still have it. That's what I was reading right when you logged on.
nice.
I imagine in the inside flap it says this book belongs to Jake FH.
Wouldn't that be awesome? I wish.
That would be sick.
If you found this book, contact Jake at.
Yeah.
Unless you fucked it up, then don't give it back.
I guess we should do a very brief synopsis because it's a pretty long book and pretty packed.
It's so long. It's so long and full that they should never even consider making this a movie unless they want to do it in like a big
three-parter. That's what I was gonna say.
Hmm.
The only way I'd want to see this movie is in a 3-parter.
I would
Otherwise,
say,
I'd rather see it as a series.
I was gonna say I'd rather if
Ooh.
they ever made an like a live action adaptation of this, I would like to see I think HBO Max series.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be
But
cool.
they would need a huge budget though. That's the thing. Like, yes, you need time. You need like seasons probably for each part because it's like 3 books, 3 different.
That'd be
But
sick.
like, you definitely would need because of the epicness of the story. Like, and I don't want to be like epic, but like that really is.
It is epic. Like, this is one of the few
It's
comics where
over
it's
the top
truly
epic. Yeah,
yeah.
It's
And
like,
you need the money to capture that. Like, I'm going off of Obi-Wan, where it's not getting that Star Wars feel that you would get from a movie. And a lot of the Star Wars show, Book of Boba Fett, felt the same way. It doesn't feel like a movie would feel.
Yeah.
So if you need justice, if you need to make it feel cinematic like a movie, man,
it needs
that
to
would
be
be
like
cool.
Michael Bay level.
I was going to say
over-the-top action.
Michael Bay / honestly, I'm not even saying I want him to direct it, but as far as someone who can capture epicness, dude, James Cameron, imagine James Cameron doing justice using that Avatar camera. That could look
I would
sick.
fucking shit my brains out, dude.
Shit your brains out.
It's so good.
But that would affect his Joe Pesci score still because he's like,
You would die, literally.
That's actually the only way I can die.
Shit.
Is by shitting my brains out on a James Cameron.
Anthony, do you want to give a little synopsis?
Oh, I'm the synopsis guy for this. I feel like you should, Jakey. You just said. I think this was when I think of justice. I'm like,
I do it.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, Cody. All right.
Okay, so crazy shit's happening.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, you're doing it, Jake.
All right. So basically, I could literally go page for page in the beginning. Cody's losing his shit. But basically, the villains, the classic DC villains, have band together seemingly to better the world. They've cured diseases. They've cured crippled people. They've literally made
world hunger.
Yeah, they've literally solved world hunger. Fucking Iceman makes that giant glacier and gives water
Captain
to
Cold.
Yeah, sorry, Captain Cold. Sorry,
Iceman. Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
dude, he would be a good Captain Cold.
Yeah, but yeah, so they basically solve all of the world's ills, and there's these 7 giant utopia sphere cities that people are being invited to live into. So naturally, the heroes are very suspicious of why are these villains all of a sudden doing good shit, and you come to find out that it is actually, in a way, a dual plan between Lex Luthor and Brainiac, but who you find out both of which are trying to fuck each other over. Well, ultimately, in the end.
Of course they are. They always do.
That's, dude, honestly, one of my favorite scenes is when Aquaman is on the table and he's getting his brain cut into.
Yeah.
And then you see Brainiac and he's like, from here, I'm a regular Brainiac. There's just that close up of his face with the scalpel.
Yeah, he looks so creepy.
Yeah, he looks so creepy. I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I love Brainiac is really the main villain of this whole story. Brainiac is such a great, I think he's my favorite Superman villain besides Lex Luthor, of course.
Ooh, really? Well, Lex Luthor also a huge role and villain in this one / hero in the end.
Yeah. In the same way, like we talked about in Red Sun, it does kind of mimic that kind of has a very similar ending with Brainiac and Lex Luthor, how they tie into, the master plan. But I was going to say with Brainiac, what I always like about him is that Superman, you could punch Brainiac's head off, but it's like Ultron, like he'll go into another Brainiac. He would literally
just come back in another robot body and he'd be like, hello, Superman.
So it's not a straight up fist fight for Superman. Superman's actually got to use his brain, which you got to another thing about Superman is he's a really smart dude, but he doesn't always have to use his brain. He could really just punch his way through anything.
He can punch his way out of anything.
It's the kind of story where even Batman is tripped up by the events of what's happening.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool in that sense.
Yeah.
Dude, I love when So also, just to give another little detail, so it turns out Brainiac is using these robotic worms to control everyone. So if he injects you and you have a limp arm and you're suddenly cured, it's actually these robot. You guys remember that? The ones that Dr. Savannah made?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got it confused with Kingdom Come. It's kind of similar.
Yeah.
When I'm imagining, not exactly similar, but I'm imagining the parts with Shazam in Kingdom Come where he's kind of under, isn't he? Well, that's straight up Mr. Mind.
Shazam's a huge role in Kingdom Come, and he kind of plays a big role in this one too.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
he does.
He's the reason. He's the only reason Superman lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I love that when Superman busts into the Batcave and Batman doesn't realize, or no, is it Batman that's been taken over? Which one?
Yeah,
Batman's
Batman's taken
Batman
over.
gets taken
They
Yeah,
both actually have, but in that moment,
yeah.
Batman was under control.
And then Billy Batson says Shazam in the Batcave and turns into Shazam, and Batman's like, "Are you crazy? Lightning in a cave?" And he's like, "It's magic lightning." He's like, that doesn't fucking mean anything.
Yeah. It's such a funny scene.
It is such a funny scene, yeah.
Dude, yeah. It's a doozy.
Would you guys like have signed up for the villains like cure thingies or whatever? Like if they were
I mean,
like,
not
"Hey,
if
we're going
it's
to pay
the-
off your student debt," would you be like, "Oh, well, sweet." In that case, like if
Pay off your
Lex
student
Luthor's going to pay off my student debt, then I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll drink some microscopic worms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll do it.
I'm gonna trust the heroes. I'm not gonna be like, whoa, the Scarecrow is like, come on in, okay. This seems safe.
I love that the first few pages are the villains having the same nightmare.
Yeah.
It's like you see
Nuclear
Scarecrow wake up,
holocaust.
you see Captain Cold wake up, and they see all the Justice League
Priscilla.
heroes. Priscilla, they see all the heroes die, and then nuclear holocaust happens.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, Cheetah, she's so fucking fierce in this with her. It's not like she's a cheetah creature. She has literally the skin of an actual cheetah on her. Like she sewed it together. That's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah, and she like gets her powers by doing like blood sacrifices.
Yeah, she's fucked.
Yeah, she's cool in this. Too bad she wasn't that cool in the movie though. Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
Oh, not even.
Not even
Oh,
remotely
God.
close. Dude, you know who once again, he plays such a minor role, and yet in the end, he kind of plays a big role. But dude, the Joker is used so well in this book.
So well.
I love
Dude, he's so funny. So silly. I love how in every scene he has a different costume change.
yeah, I like when Lex Luthor is like teleporting, grabbing all the villains, and you see him go and grab Scarecrow from Arkham,
Yeah.
and Joker's like, "Hey, like what the fuck? Like why don't you invite me?" and Riddler's like, "Sorry, like you're too fucking crazy." And then
Yeah.
you see Joker yelling. He's like, "I only stay here as long as I think it's funny." And then that last panel, and he's like, "And it's not funny anymore."
Yeah.
And then in the end, he's literally the one who blows up like the cities, the sphere cities.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
does.
He also kind of looks Amish at the end. He's
Well,
kind
no,
of like Amish.
he's wearing a Dracula. Well, yeah, he's yeah. But before that, he's wearing that Dracula cape, and he bites Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And he even says, because Scarecrow's like, "Wait, please don't." And then he bites him. He's like, "Let me guess, super friends." And
Yeah. Friends reference. Yep.
yeah, it's a great fucking comic.
Yeah. Humor. The stakes feel like, even though, spoiler alert, even though you couldn't have something this epic with the heroes not winning. You know what I mean? The stakes, they did a good job of making the stakes feel real.
The battles are bomb.
The battles
Yeah.
are bomb.
Like,
Yeah, at times even overwhelming. Like they're
Oh, yeah.
so big.
There's a lot going
And
on
there's
in the panels.
yeah,
Oh man.
and like
It's
to
stunning.
to Alex Ross's credit, he's like, you can actually like really take your time reading that comic just by like looking at each page of art. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
you can finish the dialogue, but then you
100%.
can just like notice the detail that he puts in. You're just like, dude, this guy's a fucking
Yeah. G.
an
Straight
OG.
OG.
Yeah. Alex Ross is just like we've said it. We could say it every single episode. It would still
That's
be
it.
true. He's just so good.
Yeah,
And this kind of story. If here's a question for you guys that might be hard to answer.
It's
If
not.
it didn't have Alex Ross's art, would you like the story as much?
probably not.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you both gave a different answer.
Yeah, we did. Oh, I like that. Explain yourself, and then I'll explain myself.
The story would still be fine. I don't think the story would be awful without Alex Ross, but like you cannot deny that his art adds. I think it's the art that adds the element that makes it epic. The story is awesome, and it would be great even if Jim Lee did it or whoever the fuck. But it's Alex Ross's art that puts it over the edge.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that at all. But what I'm saying is, like,
'Cause
the
you
story is. I can't. Ross's art is.
I'm not even shitting on it. I just answered Anthony's question. He said, "Would it be as good without his art?" The answer, I think, is no. But the story is fine.
Oh. Yeah.
But it's his art that
okay.
like, dunks it into the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. I agree that it would be a great. I think it would be a great story. But I do think the art fucking takes it home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the story is great and epic, and it does a good job of making nobody feels safe.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the scene when the heroes are getting attacked, it really feels like there's a chance of loss. Like when Grodd's in that chair, dude, Grodd is one of my favorite villains.
Gorilla
in
Grodd's
this story.
a beast in this comic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he has one of the yellow rings for some of the time.
Yep.
He has it on his like leg, right? His foot.
Yeah, his toe.
Yeah.
Toes, bringing it full circle, baby.
Dude, I also. Oh, sorry.
Mine was gonna be insane.
No, say it.
I was gonna say, would you suck on Grodd's toe?
Absolutely not.
For a power ring.
Oh, yes. I would suck Grodd's dick for a power ring.
Oh, it's true though, you know?
I mean, that would be hilarious because the yellow ring is fear. So, like, you'd like suck his dick, and then you would just hear, "You have mastered."
Yeah, I overcome my fear. My greatest fear of being forced to suck a gorilla's dick.
You like wipe off your mouth. You're like, "All right, let's fucking go."
Yeah.
Like you're like suited up like Sinestro now.
I wipe my mouth off, and it's like Jake of Sector 2814. And I'm like, yes. And my eyes like glow yellow and everything. And my main construct, you know how like Green Lanterns have a main construct where there's like a fist or something? My main would be a Grodd's dick.
Like waves of cum,
Waves
you know?
Like tsunami San Andreas style.
But it would be yellow, so people are just gonna assume it's piss.
Yeah, they're gonna assume it's piss.
That's pretty cool too.
Or maybe Jake managed with his Sinestro powers to combine piss and cum, and then just take over the universe that way.
Two strongest forces in the cosmos. Piss and cum.
How would the Justice League even know how to respond to
Dude,
that?
they wouldn't. This is already yellow. I could kill the Green Lantern Corps single-handedly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, I would be the greatest Yellow Lantern of all time.
Does that answer your question, Cody?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just want to see Alex Ross draw me obtaining a power ring.
like a post cum Gorilla Grodd behind
Yeah.
like just like chilling back, you know.
You see the Flash like just ran in and he's confused about the situation.
Oh shit.
But yeah, Justice is a great comic.
I wanted to go back to when Cody mentioned how they're all being systematically taken out. I particularly loved the flashes that he keeps like outrunning himself.
Yeah.
And he can't stop. Like that's fucking. And he's like literally about to wither away.
Yeah.
He's just running so much.
It's also kind of like Kingdom Come, where the Flash, I guess he could control it, but he's patrolling the streets constantly. Like he's always running and running.
Flash is pretty much a god. He's pretty much Dr. Manhattan. He's experiencing everything at once.
Yeah, he can't control it. He had the bad soup.
Bad soup.
Yeah.
That's how he gets the worms inside of him.
And then I really like Martian Manhunters has the dream of like Mars burning again, and he thinks he's burning.
Yeah. Grodd just beats him down with his mind.
Yeah.
It's wild. Dude,
So-
Grodd is so cool.
Yeah, and Martian Manhunter, it's so terrifying because Martian Manhunter's like, I know I'm underwater.
Yeah.
I swam here, and he still can't stop it.
It's
And
like
then
a
he just
bad
flashes.
fucking acid trip.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just like a Vietnam flashback for sure of Martian Manhunter's family, like that double page spread where it's just like everything's burning.
All the Martians.
And you
are
see that at the
burning.
beginning of the story too. They're like
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter is one of the first to be taken out in the dream.
Dude.
Why are they always taking him out? He's one of the strongest fucking people on the team. Like he shouldn't be taken out so easily.
That's true. I feel like Loki, Martian Manhunter they don't put the same respect on his name.
No way.
As they do like Superman. Because Martian Manhunter
Or even
is
Shazam.
Superman level like strong and everything.
Yeah, and he's Batman level detective. You know what I mean? Like he's
And he's
kind
a
of like
fucking-
Superman and Batman combined.
And
There's
he
really
can go
no difference.
invisible. He can shapeshift. Like he can do a lot of
he
shit.
Telepathic.
He's
Yep.
telepathic. Like he's OD strong.
Yeah.
And then he even dies in Final Crisis. Like they just kill him off all the time. I don't know why.
They need to put respect on his name.
Dude, they do. I agree. Respect him.
Respect. I'm not saying. The fact that Cody had to say the T.
Hold on, you guys mind if I go hit the bowl real quick? I'll take
go
like
do
1
that shit,
second.
dog. We'll take over.
Man. Yeah, we'll take over. So let's talk about the most important thing now that Anthony's gone.
What's that?
No, I was just fucking around.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I just love even like villains that you don't really care about, they fucking shine. And then like, I don't know, like Joker, like you said, he shines as like a third side character. You know what I mean?
He's literally not. He's on like all of like 2 or 3 pages, but
yeah, exactly.
he's just out there wrecking shit. I like that even in this giant pantheon and huge cast of a story, you know, that even the Joker is still a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And the reason they
It's true.
didn't even invite him along, they're like, dude, you're so unreliable. Like, you will fuck us over just because you think it's fun to. And he pretty much proves it. He's like, fuck it. Like, dude, you would think that, like, as Joker being a villain, that you'd be like, dude, aren't you down for us to take out the heroes? And Joker's like, fuck that shit. Like, he doesn't care.
Yeah. He just wants to see some things blow up.
Yeah, he's just trying to see. But I did like his little pork pie hat carnival get up in the end.
I also like Riddler. You get that quick caption from Batman where it's like Riddler's compulsion is to always tell the truth, just disguised in the form of riddles. So no matter what happens, the Riddler's always going to tell you the plan.
Yeah.
Like that. I love that whole. This comic makes Riddler look pretty badass. You know, a lot of comics always kind of. This comic, I like the way Riddler turns out.
I feel like this, with both heroes and villains, this comic really shows B, C, and D listers at like peak performance, you know?
Yeah. Even Toyman gets to fuck shit up.
And Toyman is like a monster. Yeah, he's a beast in this comic.
He ends up becoming like a.
He's like this morbidly
like,
obese dude with like things.
Yeah, he's like the Bjorg mind or something. I don't know.
Bjorg? Why is it Swedish? What the fuck?
Bjorg.
We're the Bjorg.
He's the Bjorgen mind. Das Bjorg. That's hilarious.
I just smoked some stuff, by the way. It's a strain called Octane, and it's like 34% THC. Pretty good stuff.
It's high octane, dude.
High octane, bro.
This is like the Fast and Furious of podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're family here.
We're family.
I'm, of course, Dominic Toretto. Anthony's Paul Walker. And Cody,
Hey,
Cody's Michelle Rodriguez.
Dude, I'll be Michelle Rodriguez.
She's a badass. She ain't no bitch in those movies.
No, dude, I'd love to be Michelle Rodriguez.
Tyrese Gibson.
Yes.
Or Ludacris. I don't know. Who do you want to be?
Oh, Luda. I'm good.
Or The Rock, as we now know, he's in it, and Jason
I
Statham.
haven't watched any of those movies.
Neither have I, but
yeah,
I know.
I've never seen any Fast and Furious movie.
I've never seen anything.
I watched like the first 4.
I watched the first
5.
3 or 2, and that was it.
I watched like the first 4, and then I just kind of gave up.
Apparently, they go to like outer space now and fight aliens. Like literally, like they could be Injustice for all we know.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna be the D-listers.
Yeah,
they're just gonna
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Green Lanterns, when Sinestro comes with a boom tube and just literally projects him to the farthest fucking reaches of the universe. Like there's literally no stars where he is.
Yeah,
Pure black.
Pure black. And dude, I love when he like, in order to like preserve power and survive, he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like digitize myself and become part of the ring.
Yeah.
And
which makes him immortal, basically.
Makes him immortal, but he's also trapped. And I love when you see it from his perspective. He's making these like emerald people and cities and things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everything's fucking up.
Yeah.
Jake, were you getting that? And maybe I was just reading too much into it, but it was really making it seem like they were hinting at parallax in the sense that they're like, Hal Jordan, you know, if you stay here and all you're creating is a city or a world where you're in control of everything, like that's not the way to go. But that's what happens when he becomes parallax. He recreates what the fuck is his place called? I don't know what it's called, but he uses the ring to like resurrect his city, and he kind of like it snaps his mind. I guess what I'm saying is, do you think it was like referencing that?
I don't think so. I think it was more showing him like, dude, you'll live forever, but you'll also be forever lonely and trapped.
Yeah, that was the big point for sure. But like the time period of this story, it's almost like the Teen Titans are still kind of young. Like this was made in what, like 2004, maybe 2005. But like in story, it's not like it's its own thing. Justice, you don't have to. It doesn't connect to anything else.
Yeah, it's like a one shot.
Yeah.
A massive one shot.
Right. I also think it's kind of easy to read, especially if you've ever watched the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
Because it has a similar roster, but obviously it's Justice League of America, so it has way more people. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. That's what I've been saying. I didn't get the parallax thing, but you could do it. I don't know. I think it's just such a one shot that there's no way they really gave a shit about connecting.
No, I guess I thought I meant that like because it's something that hasn't happened in that universe, it seems yet. It just made me think it was something that like Hal Jordan is always kind of destined to take too much power or something like that. I don't know. Like I was saying, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I did like that Jon Stewart gets the ring. Yeah. That's another thing. Like he apparently he hasn't been Green Lantern yet, or maybe he has, but
I got that sense too that he hasn't, but that they were like, if the ring's going to go to anyone, it's going to be Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
And they were right. Yeah. By sheer luck. But dude, that scene is awesome when they're going to save the Titans, and it's Black Canary, Green Arrow, and Plastic Man, and you see Clayface take the entire width of the sewer and becomes like this giant monster.
Yeah. And then Elongated Man has to stop him.
Oh, that's right. You're right. It's Elongated Man, who they clown on the entire comic.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck shit on himself. And then that was a cool caption when it's from Oliver Queen's perspective. And he's like, if ever they should clown on Elongated Man, they're like, tell them about this day.
Yeah.
Like that was cool. He was like, fucking, like, you're one of us now, dude. You ain't no pussy character. Dude, because you see him, and he even says, he's like, oh, he's biting me, he's chewing me.
Yeah. But you see him later on, so he survived. He's all good. He earned his stripes.
Nobody ends up dying, which is, in my opinion, always a bummer.
But this is one of the ones where I'm kind of okay with it.
No, I'm okay with it, too.
Wonder Woman almost does. She kind of has to get resurrected.
Yeah. Yeah, true. And like I said earlier, even though it's kind of Golden Age-esque in the way that everything they solve, you know what I mean? Everything works out. It suits the art. It suits the epicness. You know what I mean? Like
every character is important on that extended roster.
Yeah.
From the Doom Patrol to the Metal Men.
Yeah, dude, it was cool because when I read it through before, I just kind of read over the Doom Patrol. I was like, whoever these fuckers are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now you know who they are a bit, so it's kind of it adds a layer. Yeah, exactly. Like even the metal men, you might not know who they are, but it's cool how they use the metal men as their armor, and then even you as the audience don't, or the reader don't know until it's revealed that like who you thought was Superman was actually Shazam with the armor, and they kind of do a bunch of fake outs.
Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, the big battle's kind of wild. Like you don't really know what's happening a lot of the time. Some insane. Of the armor looks kind of similar, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Everyone's armor looks crazy, dude. Like Aquaman's armor is like pretty much the creature from the Black Lagoon type shit.
Yeah.
That Look at it. Look at it again. Go back and watch. It's totally the creature of the Black Lagoon. And I was like,
Aquaman was a fucking badass in this. I'm not gonna lie, I was rooting for Aquaman the whole time.
He gets his brain chopped. He gets lobotomized. And then just gets back together. He's like,
regenerates himself. Yeah.
Because I'm part amphibian.
And he has to save his son, who Brainiac is trying to convert to like the first.
Yeah, like when his baby has those little Brainiac dots on his head.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean, Brainiac's kind of scary in this.
Dude, but Lex Luthor clapped on him in the end when he shrinks Brainiac's ship. And he's like, he's like, Brainiac, I knew you tried to betray me.
Yeah.
No, Brainiac's ship was shrunk. That's why they couldn't find it.
But somebody got him in the end.
Superman freeze breaths him.
Oh, you're right.
He's in space and he's just like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I do like is right as all the nuclear missiles are going off, it's like Wonder Woman and Batman and Lex Luthor and Gorilla Grodd. And because Batman has the worms in him, he's been wearing the lasso of truth the whole time. Because it's the only thing.
That's Batman.
Yeah, Batman. Sorry. Batman's done because it's the only thing keeping him sane. And so he tells Lex Luthor, he's like, if you're half the hero you think you are, like you'll save us from this nuclear or whatever. And then he's like, or else you'll be the first one to die. Like, I'll kill you before we all die.
Yeah.
And then you see Lex Luthor look at Grodd and he goes, I know he's not lying. He has the lasso of truth on him.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a sick part. Like,
yep.
Bruce, like, literally, he's like, I'll break my fucking rule and murder you if this is how we're And he wasn't lying.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I like the use of lore in this for really small moments like that. There was also like a quick line where they talk about Arkham Asylum and they're like, the people that work here foolishly think that Arkham Asylum's all about trying to heal the mentally sick, but really it's all about protecting everyone on the outside from them. Which is, story-wise, that makes sense. They're really never trying to help people. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Like small things like that, like the whole thing with the Riddler, like I said before, compulsion to tell the truth. The thing you mentioned with Joker about I could escape whenever I want, whenever, as long as I still think it's funny. It's like small things that make when you read them in other comics, those lines stick with you. You're like, oh, that explains that.
Yeah.
I like picking lore like that, and this comic feels accurate enough to me to be like, yeah, that makes sense.
This comic has so many Easter eggs if you're a DC Comics fan that like I would call this perhaps one of the first quintessential ensemble comics that we've read. A lot of the quintessential comics we've read have been solo, either Batman or Superman. This one is like, you'll know who the Justice League is. You'll know who Robin is. Like, even if you're not a huge, you can read this comic on your own and just appreciate it for how epic it is.
I think so. I agree.
And even the characters you don't know, they're just like, this is elongated, man. This is, it's very explanatory. It's not,
exactly.
The only time you don't know information is because it doesn't want you to.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge cat and mouse game in this, where every couple steps you're like, who's winning? Is it the good guys or the bad guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just keeps, it's not one thing where it's like, oh, we're overcoming. It really feels like they're neck and neck with each other the entire way.
Dude, when Red Tornado gets fucked up in the Watchtower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have to that
was terrifying.
Yeah, dude. They have to
rips
put
himself
him back.
apart.
He rips himself apart. That was sick.
Yeah, Red Tornado's a cool character. I like to see him when
I liked him in this comic. I was like, oh, he's cool.
Yeah, he's very much like Vision.
Yeah,
him and Vision are like almost the same exact character.
No, I love in the action scenes, and it makes no sense when you think about it. But yeah, he's an android like Vision, but he does this tornado thing, and it's like, what is he actually doing?
He's a red tornado.
I know. It's so random.
Black Adam's a fucked up dude in this one.
He's awesome in this one.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll kill the kid. Dude, he's a beast.
Yeah.
I love
I didn't like that he was so subservient. Like Black Adam's usually the dude that's like, no, I know what's happening. I don't know. He's Russian in my head, kind of has that accent, but he's like, he's like, I am Black Adam. I know what's happening.
Black Adam.
I think it's from that. Have you ever seen that? It's really short. It's not even like a full length cartoon.
Yes,
maybe 20 minutes.
I've seen it.
Black Superman, Shazam, Black Adam.
It's
he
fire,
talks like
to be
that.
honest.
Yeah.
No,
I really like that.
He has like a Middle Eastern accent in that. It's not.
Yes. I don't know. Like in my head, that's still how he sounds. But yeah, Black Adam fucks up Shazam in this one.
Yeah.
That part with Mary Marvel where she Shazams herself. She's human form falling to the ground just so he could catch her.
Yeah.
And she could be like,
and then they all start beating on him.
Yep.
That was sick.
Yeah. Hey, man, if they do that in a Shazam movie, that'll be really cool. That'll be really cool.
Well, they already did the Shazam family, so there's room for it.
Yeah, they're absolutely.
I still haven't watched Shazam.
I liked it, to be honest.
I've tried to watch it a couple times, but I fell asleep. But I love Shazam as a character, especially in this comic.
He's one of my favorite, genuinely one of my favorite superheroes.
This comic made me like Shazam because it was probably the first comic I read back in the day that had Shazam in it as like a main feature.
Dude, Alex Ross's Shazam and his Black Adam look incredible.
Yeah.
I love the way he's drawn. It's so fucking cool.
You ever read Alex Ross's? He does these really short one-offs of each DC hero.
Yes, I have an entire book of all of them.
Yeah, me too. That's really cool too. It's just really cool. It's just like quick stories with each, and I think maybe that was actually the first time I saw Shazam in one of those standalone books.
Nice. No, he's sick. Well, do any of you have the comic on you right now?
Yes.
Is it the one with all the characters, like the heroes on one side and the villains on the other side?
Yeah, I have that cover. Yeah.
Wait, show it.
No, I just got this.
Damn it. Anthony, do you have yours?
I have that in shirt form. Remember?
Yeah, okay. So I want to show you guys something. Because my buddy who's an artist pointed it out to me. Cool. Yeah. Oh, no, not that one. The ones where they're standing. Like it's all the heroes on one. It's your t-shirt, Cody. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't have that in one image. I mean, just the heroes or just the
both? I was going to point something out. So, anyways, those pictures of the ones with just the heroes and just the villains. If you look at it, the heroes are painted under like a red light, and the villains are painted under a green light, which is just such a cool thing because it's like like the heroes are, you would think, they're there to like stop the villainry. And the villains are there to go.
And it's super cool how like while all the heroes are getting taken out, all of the villains are systematically like being broadcasted to everybody on the planet
in every language.
Yeah.
Very
broad, man.
Very Star Wars, except like a giant hologram version.
Yeah.
They're just like, people, welcome to our cities. I like that Black Manta pretty much makes like a black utopia of his city.
Yeah.
That was cool because that gave it like, even though he's in it so briefly, it's like, oh, his motivation is to like better his people and shit.
Right. Yeah. And then at the end, Aquaman's like, nope, you're fucked up if you.
Yeah. He's like, yo, you guys are all being like mind controlled, right? Literally.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy because you like at times you almost root for the villains in this.
Dude, always.
Yeah. Because they see themselves as doing the right thing in this story.
And so do the heroes, though.
Yeah.
Heroes always
That's a really
see
cool thing
themselves
about
doing the right thing, and they always leave a good amount of collateral damage around.
Yep. Lex Luthor makes his Lex Luthor-esque points, as psychotic as they are, about how the heroes, they're like, look what we did with our power in just like a few days.
But it's true that he's right. Like,
dude, that was a really cool moment. The speech they gave, they were like, we're not going to apologize for the past, and we don't expect you to forgive us. We're just letting you know what's happening.
Yeah, but he has a point. He's like, dude, for all their powers, you're right. The Justice League has never cured world hunger or anything like poverty. Like,
yeah,
but
what have they done to address police brutality?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Seriously.
But like, see, here's the psychoticness of Lex Luthor, where he's gonna complain that heroes do too much and don't let humans do their own thing. So if they did do the things that the villains themselves just did, then Lex Luthor would still be like, "Oh, you just cured world hunger. You couldn't let us figure it out." You know what I mean? Like he's always gonna hate Superman in the Justice League no matter what, because we've always talked about Lex Luthor, like he's egomaniacal, like he just wants to be the guy that cures world hunger, the guy that makes world peace. However, he decides he wants to do it, as long as you know and worship Lex Luthor. You know, that's why he wants to take out Brainiac, because he'll let Brainiac do his shit up until the very end where, Brainiac's messing with my plans. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree.
You guys are into fascism, whatever. We can still do this podcast.
Dude, I mean, yeah, the villains, Brainiac, of course, Brainiac's insane.
Insane.
And like Brainiac, you can see how Brainiac really used all he did was trying to do. He wasn't planning on defeating the Justice League. He was just planning on having all of the villains basically be enough of a buffer for him to get away with what he wanted and needed.
Yeah, he wanted those Sphere City people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, even in his own fucked up way, he was the hero of his story too. He took Aquaman's child so that he was going to start his new civilization, this new planet, which would be his utopia, free of anything organic. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So in a fucked up way, he was trying to do, quote unquote, the right thing for his people, but he's insane.
Yeah.
And of course he wasn't doing the right thing. He was trying to fuck up. He was causing Armageddon.
Dude, you know what I like is, I don't know if you guys remember this, but it's like towards the end, Lex Luthor is basically walking along that factory where there's like a ton of Brainiac bodies.
Yeah.
And he puts that device on the one, which is the device that ultimately leads to Brainiac not being able to leave that one body that's in the spaceship.
Oh, yeah. Because that's how he traps him.
Yeah, that's how he traps him. Because Lex Luthor, he's walking around, he's like, I know you'll betray me one day.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. It's in our nature.
Good catch. Yeah, I remember him doing that, but I didn't connect the two. It makes sense.
That's why, like, the final body that Brainiac jumps to, he can't leave it.
Yeah. And I do love the way the story ends on a really hopeful note, because we see the Legion of Superheroes in the future.
Yeah, that's cool.
And a big thing with the Legion of Superheroes is that Brainiac, whatever, 9, 10, I forget which one it is, but he's on the Legion of Superheroes. He's not a bad guy. Yeah. It shows even in the future, like the Justice League is so, pervasive. Their message about saving the world and protecting people is so out there that someone like Brainiac's people will join them. That's cool. After the whole story is about, like we're talking about, who's the hero. They all see themselves as the heroes, but the Justice League still are the best ones.
Isn't Brainiac from a planet called like Kolu or something? Or
he wants to make new Kolu.
Yeah, new Kolu. Or his name is Kolu? I forgot which one it is. It's either that he's from a place called Kolu.
Yeah, I've heard the name. Yeah,
or it might be the name of the people or something like that.
Yeah. By the way, Cody holding that book looks like the Bible. Like Cody's about to read a passage.
This is my Bible.
Dude, it is the Bible. It's the Bible of comic books, man. So
Christian sad. Cody is here in the house.
Back from the multiverse. Loving God.
Oh, shit. Dude, who would you guys want to be in this comic? You could choose.
I mean, that's a silly question.
Who is it?
Who would I want to be, or who would I be?
Oh, okay. Well, let's do. Yeah. Who would you be?
Who would you guys? We got to do it one for each. We each get to pick who we want to be, and we get to choose. Who some. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I would say Cody.
I know.
Is the time suck in this one?
I would say, Cody, you were either Gorilla Grodd, of course, or but I'm not sucking your dick. Or I don't know, maybe like Clayface.
Clayface.
Well, I don't know. Who do you see yourself as?
I think I'd be the Flash.
Oh God,
the Flash.
Yeah, right. Never.
No, definitely.
Who would
not.
you be?
I feel like Cody would be Plastic Man.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that.
You don't like Plastic Man?
Not really.
Plastic Man is basically immortal, and he's a cool dude.
Oh, I think Cody would be one of the metal men.
I'd rather be Plastic Man.
Oh, what? Middleman is sick. That's okay. I was gonna say Anthony should be elongated man.
I should be elongated man.
Anthony's elongated.
Listen, I'm the Martian Manhunter.
What?
That's who I
You
pick.
are not the Martian Manhunter. You're either Brainiac.
I'm afraid of fire.
You're
I'm Brainiac? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll be Brainiac.
I don't think Anthony's Brainiac. He's too pure.
I don't know. I see through that facade.
I see him either being
Anthony, you might.
Shazam.
What? All right, fine. Then I'm Superman, I guess. If we're just saying crazy things.
Oh, I'm Batman.
Ooh, Anthony, because you have a goatee, you could be Oliver Queen.
Ooh, I'll take
Ooh.
Oliver Queen. Yeah.
I would give Anthony Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
Oliver
Oliver Queen.
Queen.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, Green Arrow.
I like how it's cool. Like when him and Black Canary get caught, or no, they don't get caught because he realizes Clayface is impersonating Black Canary, and he's quick enough to grab an arrow and like fuck shit up.
Dude, that also the end of that scene is hilarious when the Black Canary does come in and fucks them up, and
Because she has to take out Scarecrow.
she has to
Because
take out Scarecrow, and then she screams and fucks up Clayface too. And she's like, you didn't realize it was me? And she's like, the hair was blonde. And he was like, I thought you were just wearing a wig. I thought we were doing some crazy sexy shit. And then she's like, but wait, how did you know to have the earplugs in? I didn't, you know what I mean? And he was like, oh. Like he wears them like all the time in supply, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, he taps that ass so much that he makes Black Canary like, you know.
Yeah, he's got to be prepared.
He's prepared for the orgasm. Okay, who am I?
Jake.
I feel like Jake has the Gorilla Grodd. He's
Really?
always had the Gorilla Grodd
energy?
vibe.
Okay, I'll take
The villainous. You always feel connected to Gorilla Grodd.
I feel like Jake.
You'd
Yeah, I
suck
feel
his
like Jake
dick.
is more of sucking. Oh, that's why you agreed to suck it, because it would be sucking your own dick.
Exactly, and I'm a narcissist.
Ooh, I can be Riddler too.
You could totally be Riddler.
Yeah.
I would give you Riddler. I forgot all about him.
Okay, so who am I then? Who are you guys?
We told you.
So
You're the lamest of the fucking. No, who are you?
Who do you see yourself as? You
That's
didn't
true.
tell
You never
us.
answered that.
Because I threw out a bunch. You guys are like, no.
For me,
Cody's the cheetah. Actually, Cody,
blood sacrifices.
I can see you as Captain Cold.
Really? I don't think I'm that sleazy.
He was sleazy? Well, time out. First off, what? You are that sleazy. You're sleazier than Captain Cold was.
What about Joker for Cody for this one? Because he's not really involved in the battle. He's just kind of doing his own thing. He's just like, all right, you guys.
I was gonna say me for Joker more than Cody,
I'd see,
but
yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know who I'd be.
this is a
Maybe
Red Tornado.
Hawkman.
Oh, I forgot about Hawkman. I completely forgot about Hawkman. Yeah, you could be Hawkman.
Metamorpho.
Oh, Metamorpho's cool, but he's really dumb in this book.
Yeah, he literally is like,
He's
I'm
the
working
dumbest-
on my GED. I didn't get that one.
Can you explain this to me like I'm
Yeah,
5 years old?
He's a fucking idiot in this book.
The nuclear, what's it call it? He doesn't say any of that,
But yeah,
you might as well.
Wait, hold on. I want to pick. I don't know. Who are the characters? I forgot all. Cody. What about Toyman?
I'm not gonna pick Toy Man.
Oh, Cody is Aquaman. Here's why he's
Ooh, that's
Aquaman.
true.
We've established Cody's an
His
aquatic person.
abilities, yeah.
He's always in the water. He's got a son. He will do anything to protect. So this whole story, and Cody's definitely lobotomized himself in various ways throughout the years.
That's why it had no effect on him.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. You're Aquaman, dude.
Okay, I'll take Aquaman. I'll take Aquaman.
You'll take Aquaman? All right.
Yeah.
And he fucks shit up.
Yeah. I'm a king.
Oh, also he gets attacked by sharks and he still like survives that. You
that's
know,
a
that's
sick
pretty
scene.
cool.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he gets trapped by Manta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also really like how Brainiac implies like, oh, I'm dissecting you because you're so useful. Like you're so like you're not like these other guys.
Yeah, he more or less says he's like, you're the most advanced out of all of them.
Mhm.
He's like, your brain, the fact that you can communicate with like 80% of life on the planet, that makes you inherently more useful to me. That's like, you know?
Yeah, dude, Brainiac being
Brainiac's like, genius.
he's like always cold scientist. You know what I mean? Like,
Which is why you think him and Luther would get along.
That's my favorite looking Brainiac is the Golden Age one where he's like in the scientist gown, just with the big orbs. You know, that's such a cool Brainiac.
I don't like when he becomes like a robot or an AI. I like when he's got human features, even though he's against organic stuff. Like this one is cool. The old fashioned one is cool.
Yeah.
So how many Joe Peasies?
6, easily.
6.
For me.
6. It is a 6.
It's a very easy earned 6.
Effortlessly.
Art alone, it's an earned 6. Like honestly, I would give it. The story could be straight doo doo, and I'd still probably give it a 6.
I'd say maybe it's the best DC book we've covered.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't know if I would say that though. Definitely not. I wouldn't say that.
I don't know. Both are crazy. Why would you say something so bold and yet so controversial?
I think the best DC book we read so far for me might be All-Star Superman.
Ooh, I was gonna say probably Long Halloween for me.
I'm gonna probably stand my ground with Justice.
Nice.
I would probably go Justice, Long Halloween, All-Star Superman in that order.
Ballsy, Trey Ballsy.
Trey Ballsy.
as the French would say it. But yeah, I give it a 6, man. I highly recommend it. I've reread it. Like it's actually, I would say out of any comic book, I've reread Justice the most. For a while, I would do it almost annually. I was like, this book is so good. I'll just read it again.
Yeah, it's that good.
Yeah.
It's the art. It's breathtaking. It looks insane.
And then like my man Alex Ross doubles down in Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come came first.
Oh, did it?
We definitely have to talk. Yeah, it came out like 2003.
We should talk about that because that's also like an insano comic.
Mm-hmm.
Insano.
Yeah.
And it's been a long
they go
time
together.
since
The
I've
art
read
makes them feel like they're not connected really, but it almost makes it feel that way because Alex Ross is there.
Yeah.
You know, though his take on characters like his Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman are very distinct.
They also feel like I'll be honest. Okay, this is what I was going to say that I forgot. When I read Justice, I admittedly, for whatever reason, I do read Batman's lines in Kevin Conroy's voice. Like to me, like that Batman has Kevin Conroy's voice.
No, I agree.
He kind of reminds me of Michael Keaton Batman a little bit, though, the way he looks.
Maybe
just the way he looks.
I'm just saying, voice-wise, I like genuinely.
I think it's our boy KC.
KC in the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
KC and JoJo. Hell yeah. Cool.
Well, thanks for tuning in to our episode on Justice.
Injustice, the best.
The GOAT.
The best.
The GOAT. One of the greatest comics there is out there. Do yourself a favor. Buy that shit.
Own it.
Yeah, get a nice edition too.
Yeah, don't get these.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself, dudes.
Be good to yourself. Love yourself. You know, get a good edition of Justice.
Yeah.
A fat bowl of weed. Smoke it and then start reading. So you know what I think is good about our podcast is that we actually promote reading, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many other podcasts are doing it? We're helping kids learn.
Yeah, dude.
How to smoke weed.
Talk about comics.
Yeah, I mean, just the greatest things in life.
Yeah.
All right, guys, fuck off.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics N Chronic. That's comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.